to ask the First Minister how many new jobs have been created as a result of the modern apprenticeship programme.
First Minister.
Well, as at 31st of March this year, there were 35,262 apprentices in training, of which 21,931 were aged between 16 to 19. Modern apprenticeships enable young people to gain better skills, a recognised qualification and develop confidence in the workplace. And of course, every single modern apprenticeship in Scotland is tied to a job.
Presiding Officer, everyone in this chamber wants to tackle Scotland's youth unemployment crisis, but to do so, we need the facts. The people of Scotland were led to believe by this First Minister, week after week, that these 25,000 apprenticeships were created to help the 100,000 young Scots out of work. But now we know at least 10,000 of those went to folk already well established in jobs. On an issue as important as this, why can't he just be straight with people?
First Minister.
Well, I have to say, I've watched Kezia Dugdale over the last few days in what I think has been one of the most disreputable campaigns against modern apprenticeship. At the heart of her complaint, her newfound complaint, because the rules in this matter haven't changed from when the Labour Party were in office, is she thinks there are far too many people in the modern apprenticeship scheme who have been in jobs for 6 months and more. So I've had a look at the figures, and let's remember the modern apprenticeships numbers in Scotland have almost doubled since this party took office in 2007, and of course the Labour Party voted against it in the budget of this year. But I've looked in particular at the very heart of Kezia Dugdale's complaint. And that is, of course, if you look at the 16 to 24-year-old apprenticeships who dominate, of course, as I've said earlier, the modern apprenticeships, the number who'd been in employment for more than 6 months was 23%. That means 80% were new workers going into apprenticeships in the 16 to 24 age group. I've looked at what is the comparison, what is the figure when Labour Party were in office in 2006. The figure is 49%. In other words, when Labour were in power with a reduced number of apprenticeships, half of young people had been in a job for 6 months or more. That figure has now been reduced to 23%. And Kezia Dugdale has the effrontery to conduct a campaign against the modern apprenticeship scheme, which is one of the most successful in Western Europe.